Enda Reilly here. Thanks for joining me today. I'll just kind of make sure that there's people out there. Are you out there? If you are, do say hello. Hopefully, we're on both Facebook and on YouTube. In the last couple of months, I had a couple of issues with things not streaming on Facebook, but hopefully, we are over those issues. Yeah, I hope your July and summer is going very well. Yeah, I'm kind of ramping up for a lot of festivals in August, so just getting some of my crossing my T's and dotting my I's and all for those shows. So today we're going to launch an area of my website which I've decided to call Tier Enda Land, or Enda's Land, mainly because that kind of keeps it open for me, because yeah, I want an area. I was looking for, you may have heard of like Patreon or Patreon, and that's where people are patrons, and they so it's like micro patronage or something they call it. But I have my own website, and it has that feature in it where you can have an area of the website that is sectioned off for fan only content, or extra stuff that at the moment up there we've got there's like a phone demo of a new song, and so that's the type of thing where if you're interested in what I'm working in, that kind of thing, you'll hear early versions of things, and you can give your feedback to me if you want about things like that. Also, the big part of it to get us going is that there was an album I had a number of years ago called Sally Mount Avenue, where Anne Marie lived, and I took over the apartment one day, and my friend Christoph Capewell came in, who's a wonderful fiddle player, and we recorded an album I called it Sally Mount Avenue. I was inspired by the Billy Bragg Wilco album Mermaid Avenue, and so seeing as though we were on Sally Mount Avenue, that became the name of it. But I made 50 CDs, and then that was the end of that, pretty much. I think it was on MySpace for a little bit of time, but it disappeared. So I'm making that available to tier Enda members, or tier folk, maybe we might call ourselves. So we have a few people who've joined already. Thank you so much. And this is just a way to help me keep my career going the way things are in the world. There's, we need to keep moving with the times, as it were. And anyway, for everyone else who mightn't become tier folk, and everyone who might, welcome. And I'm going to sing some songs as per usual, one way or another. And I'll tell more about about that as we move along. If we are actually streaming. So I'm not seeing, and yes, we have some people. Hi Liz, how you doing? Thanks for saying hello. And we have Mark and Amy. I saw your email come in there. Thank you so much for being part of the of tier the tier folk, as it were, and for coming to Ireland with us as well. That was a wonderful trip. All right, what am I gonna do then? Yeah. From that album, I'm gonna do. We'll start with Oisín's Dilemma, which is a song I wrote. So when a lot of people filled out the questionnaires about what type of music and things you'd like, and one of them was more stories about Irish heritage and culture. So this song is on the album I mentioned. It's called Oisín's Dilemma, and Oisín was son of Fionn McCool, and he was a handsome lad. And one day, Fionn McCool and the Fianna, which were the band of warriors that he had, were out in the woods, and all of a sudden a magical wonderful spare van awling, or Sky Maiden, I think is the translation that I made for it in the song. Neve Keen Or, as she's called, Neve of the golden hair. She comes and she likes the look of Oisín, and she's from Tir na Nog, and Tir na Nog is the land. Like, there's Tir again. Tir Enda is Enda's land, but Tir na Nog is the land of Utes. What's that joke about youth? Okay, the land of youth. So she's over from the land of youth, and they've got an issue there with a giant that's been, a rogue giant over in Tir na Nog, and she thinks Oisín is a warrior. He can come and sort that out, and she likes the look of him as well as a husband, as it were. So anyway, she woos him, and he falls fuigiasa, I guess. And they go on this white steed, a white horse, and they fly over the ocean through the mists, and he sorts out the giant, and then about three years has gone by, and he's like, do you know what? I miss all my people at home. I'd like to go back. And she says to him, oh, you can't go back. I told you that. And I guess he didn't understand the what exactly was going on here, because he said, well, look, give me the horse. The horse knows his way. I'll go on the back of the horse, and we'll go back. I'll go back to Ireland. And she said, okay, on one condition, that you don't get off the horse. You're not allowed to get off the horse. So they go. He gets on the horse, and they go back across the mists, back over to Ireland. And lo and behold, time has gone by. More time than 3 years. It seems 300 years has gone by. So as the story goes, he's wandering through Glen na Small, which is not too far from where I'm from in Tala. And he saw a load of lads there. What he noticed was that everybody was a lot smaller as well. And so the 300 years had gone by, and people weren't as big and as huntery, big men like the Fionn McCool and the Fianna. And they were trying to lift a rock in a field, and they were at this kind of point where the rock could have fallen down and squished somebody, or they were just about to get it. So he leaned over and he scooped up the rock and got rid of it. But as he did that, didn't the saddle on the horse fail, and he fell onto the ground, and he aged 300 years. And so I think that was probably the end of the story at one point. But another aspect of it is that St. Patrick arrived and heard all his stories, which W.B. Yeats as a whole, The Wanderings of Oisín, which goes into all that. But so he turns, I believe, he turns to Christianity at the end before he goes. So that's all your metaphorical tales. Read into that what you will. So we're starting off, if you've just joined, we're starting off with this song, Oisín's Dilemma. If you're there, do say hello. I just want to make sure that everything is going according to plan here. I think we might have some issue. But anyway, we'll sing the song anyway and see how we're getting on, and you can join in. So the idea with the song then, that was the story, but the song itself is, well, if Oisín knew all that was going to happen, would he have decided to go in the first place? And so that was what drove the song. So it's called Oisín's Dilemma. Because I guess it would be a bit of a dilemma if you knew that all that was going to happen. I think we're going to use a slightly different reverb here. Yeah. One day I met a sky maiden as I walked by the riverside. Straight away I fell in love with her. I fell right into her eyes. She said, will you come with me away to a far and distant land where people don't grow old at all? They stay forever blossoming across the ocean blue, past the end of the earth. You and I could ride the misty skies on our way to paradise. I could not follow you, my love, over mountain and sea, for surely if I do, I would end up crying. For I have friends within this world with whom I laugh and sing. Even you and your land of youth would only pain and sorrow bring if I were to go with you. So although I love thee so, you must now go across the ocean blue, past the end of the earth, back to your land of youth. How it pains my heart that this must be so. Now, knocking the dust off that one these days. It's been a long time since that was fully part of my set, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful to come back to songs like that when you haven't sung them in years. It's like meeting up with an old friend, you know. Right. I just want to double check, see how we're doing here. Oh yeah, we got Topanovich is in the house. How you doing again, Topanovich? Thanks for being with us. We have Rory and Shani are in. Hey, how's it going over in the west of America? We have John McKnight. You remember the story from the trip? Great stuff. Thanks very much, John. Yeah, it's a big. It's one of the big mythological tales that we have. Yeah, that's the crack. Okay, hopefully we're doing all right here. Yeah, okay. Sandy and Marty are with us as well, having lunch in their kitchen. So thanks very much, Sandy. Thanks for joining Tier Enda already. It's great to have you in there. I hope you're enjoying the music. What else is in there? So yeah, one other thing that I'm doing is all the old live streams are available in Tier Enda as well. So 117 of these live streams that I've done over the years now. And if you're interested, you can go back through any of them and see all the different versions and different setups that I had over the years. So that's there that you can you've got access to, as it were. We've Larry's taxi with us as well. Larry took me on a taxi trip once. We had a great chat and in Dublin. And now we're chatting away every now and then. I haven't seen you in a while, Larry. So thanks a million for being here. We've Gail Richard with us here as well. Nice to hear me and the song and the tale. Thank you very much. Yeah. So that's Oisín. Whether he thought he was going to Ireland. It's interesting having written these songs and thought about these things years ago. And then ending up in Tiernanog yourself. Tiernanog was always like America in the back of your mind, you know. So now here we are, which is still a bit of a dream. Being in America, it's like how do we get here? But there you go. Anyway, so I'm gonna move along and do you more songs. Why not? I'm gonna try this one. One of my heroes. Musically growing up, and we got to see him once in perform in Whelan's in Dublin. Is a man by the name of Dick Gaughan, and now we've Gaughans in my family, Gaughan. But Dick Gaughan is Scottish and unbelievable singer. His guitaring was amazing as well, and I tried to emulate him, as it were. You know, with these amazing players, you get about half the way there, and then you go, okay, that's as far as I'm getting at the moment. So, but he had one of these songs, called "Sweet Loch Earn," and I took the music of that and I put it with the Paddy's Green Shamrock Shore melody. I took the words and I put it in here. So, Gonna Hilla Willa, I'll sing this one for you. This is Sweet Loch Earn. I'm a rambling Irishman, in Ulster I was born in, and many's the happy hour I spent by the banks of Sweet Loch Earn. But to live poor I could not endure, and like others of my station, to America I sailed away, and I left this Irish nation. The night before I went on board, I spent it with my darling. From 4 o'clock in the afternoon till the break of day the next morning. But when that we were going to part, we fell in each other's arms, and you may be sure, very sure, that it wounded both our charms. The first night that I spent on board. I dreamed about my Nancy. I dreamt that I held her in my arms, and well, she pleased my fancy. But when I woke from my dream and I found my bosom empty, well, you may be sure, very sure, that I lay there discontented. But when we arrived on the other side, we were both stout and healthy. We cast our anchor out in the bay, going down to Philadelphia, and let every lad link with his lads, blue jacket and white trousers, and let every lass link with her lad, blue petticoat and white flouncers. So, thanks for being with me here, everybody. Today I'm launching, if you're only coming in, Fáilte Romhaibh. Thank you very much for being with me. It's been an idea that's been floating around for a while, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning. It's like a Patreon thing. People do this Patreon thing, which is a great thing, but I have my own website, so I can do it through there myself, so we've got an area of the website. If you go to endareilly.com, the link is in the description below, and you can there's a little video of me stumbling over my words to explain what's in there, as usual. And what it is I've got a lot of songs and demos and the videos, and it's just going to be some exclusive content and early versions of songs that you won't get anywhere else, and essentially it'll be a way to help me with my career and to keep me being able to create art and content, and to be content. That word, content, to be content creating art, maybe using that word. But so we've got access to all the old live streams. There's also a selection of older videos in there that you may not have seen, even if you're a fan of the YouTube channel, because there was a lot in there. So I have a little playlist of older things, and I'll be putting extra things in there from time to time. What else? Demos. So there's a song that I'm still working on. I need to get it a bit better. It's called The 12 Bends of Galway, and there's an early demo of that in there, which hasn't been heard anywhere else. And yes, we also have a forum, a board where I explain certain things, and about the album Sally Mount Avenue. There's bits and pieces about that there, and hopefully I'll be putting more stories and songs up in that area too. So thanks to everyone who has joined already, and if you're interested, you can go over to endareilly.com and in the Tír Enda. Tír Enda again means Tír Nanog, like earlier. Tír is the land, so it's Enda's land. I just thought that was kind of fun way to put it. Great. Oh, we've Gail Richard. She's Tim Hart's friend. Hello to Tim Hart's friend, and hello to Tim and Martin if you're around. They're moved back to Ireland. They're up in Belfast area, so it's great to have them there. We've Phil Lynch in the house. Thanks, Phil, for being with us. You saw Dick Gahan many years ago at festivals in like Ballastadair. Oh, very good. Love that melody, and Paddy Scream Shamrock Shore too. Thanks so much, Phil. So yeah, Dick Gahan has kind of fallen on hard times recently, and they have kind of like all my old live streams, but he had, video footage from the 70s and 80s. There's some friends of his now putting all that together as a big 7 CD and load of DVDs. So I'm that's on Kickstarter. If you look up Dick Gahan, if you're into his music and you want to support him at the moment. So that's I'm looking forward to getting that collection later in the year, because there's a lot of work that needs to go into old footage like that, I'm sure, with tape and all that kind of thing. What were some of the other names for Tír Enda? What were some of the other names? I don't know. Maybe T Enda I was thinking of, which is like Enda's house, as though it was a pub or something like that. There was a few other ones as well, Rory. That's the thing. If the people in Tír Enda don't like the name, we can have an old vote and change the name. We'll see. If you have any better ideas, do let me know. All right, we'll continue with the Kjol. Yeah, here's one that's on that album as well. I'll do a few from the album that's in exclusively in Tír Enda at the moment. Oisín's Dilemma is there, and Sweet Loch Aran, both of them. But imagine one of the most amazing fiddle players ever, Christoph Capewell, playing along as well. I'm going to do one more. I don't want to give them all away, This is Mary and the Soldier. Paul Brady does an amazing version of this. The feel of my version is a little bit different, and yeah, it's just another one of them tales. What happens in it? He's going off to war, and she's like, it's the opposite of High Germany. Maybe we'll do High Germany after this. So in High Germany, he wants her to come to war, and she doesn't want to go. And in this one, he doesn't want her to go to war, but she wants to go with him. So that's this one, which is called Mary and the Soldier. She has her eye on the soldier. Right, a bit more reverb. Come all you lads so fiery now, that would hear of a fair young maiden, as she rode out of a summer's day, for to view the soldiers parading. They marched so bold and they looked so gay, the colours flying as the band did play. And it caused young Mary for to say, "Oh, I'll wed you, my gallant soldier." Well, she viewed the soldiers on parade, and as they stood at their leisure, and Mary to herself did say, "At last I have found my treasure. I know how cruel my parents must be, to banish my love so far from me. Well, I'll leave them all and I'll go with thee, my brave undaunted soldier." Oh Mary dear, your parents' love, I pray don't be unruly, for when you're in a foreign land, believe me, you rue it surely. Perhaps in battle I might fall from a shot from an angry cannonball, and you so far from your daddy's home,
be advised by a gallant soldier. She said, I have 50 guineas in bright gold, and likewise my heart is all yours, and I left them all at home for you, me brave undaunted soldier. So don't say no, but let me go, and I will face with either against foe, and we'll march together to and fro, and I'll wed you, me gallant soldier. And when he saw her loyalty, Mary was so true-hearted. He said, my darling, yes, married we'll be, and nothing but death will part us. And when we're in a foreign land, I'll guard you, darling, with my right hand, in hopes that God might stand a friend to Mary and her gallant soldier.
There's Mary and the soldier. Mary who wanted to go off to war, thinking it's great. So here we go. Okay. I think hopefully we're not having any. Let me know if there's any if everything is going well out there, because I don't have the actual plugged in. We're still going via or Waltzing Matilda, an Australian soldier song. Leave that with me, Topanovich. We'll see what we can do. We might, if I have the enough courage, we might try that one. But I need to. There's a book here with it in it somewhere. Oh no, it's just the original Waltzing Matilda I'm thinking of. That's a full-on song there. Okay, what are we gonna do? This is Hi Germany, first of all. So Luke Kelly picked this one up in England. Luke Kelly of the Dubliners. Polly, love, oh Polly, the rout has now begun. We must go marching to the beating of the drum. Go dress yourself all in your best, come along with me. I'll take you to the war, me love, in High Germany. Oh Willie, love, oh Willie, come and list what I do say. My feet, they are so tender, I cannot march away. And besides, my dearest Willie, I am a child by thee, not fitted for the war, me love, in High Germany. I'll buy for you a horse, my love, and on it you shall ride. And all my life I'll be there riding by your side. We'll stop in every house and drink when we get dry. Be true to one another, get to marry by and by. Oh, cursed be those cruel wars that ever they should write. And out of merry England pressed many's a man likewise. They pressed my true love from me, likewise my brothers three, and sent them to the war, me lads, in High Germany. My friends I do not value, nor my foes I do not fear. For
For now my love left me, I wander far and near. When my baby it is born and smiling on my knee, I'll think of lovely Willie in High Germany. Oh Polly, love, oh Polly, the route has now begun. We must go marching to the beating of the drum. Go dress yourself all in your best, come along with me. I'll take you to the warm and loving High Germany.
All right. Sounds great on your end. Great. Wonderful. Thanks very much, John. So I'm going to switch over to, I'm going to do a bit of looping now. Loopy. And let's see how this goes here. I need to change over. Call limit. Okay, hopefully you can hear me here still. I just want to make sure everything's good. All right, we're going to try out something on the looper here. I was earlier this week practicing this. Yep. This one is a favorite of many, and it was supposedly Brendan Behan when he was in jail in Mountjoy prison. Somebody was singing this song and he put it in his play, The Queer Fella, then afterwards. So I'm going to try out a version of it here and see if it works. Yeah. Do I do that for which harmony do I do? Hang on, right. And the old triangle, jingle, jangle, all on the banks of the Royal Canal. The old triangle, jingle, jangle, all on the banks of the Royal Canal. The old triangle, jingle, jangle, all on the banks of the Royal Canal. To begin the morning, the screw was bawling. Get up, you bowsy, clean out yourself. And the old triangle went jingle, jangle, all along the banks of the Royal Canal. The lad was sleeping, humpy Gussie was creeping, as I lay there weeping for my girl Sal. And the old triangle went jingle, jangle, all along the banks of the Royal Canal. I wish to Jesus they'd raise me wages from 15 shillings to £3.10. Then the old triangle could go jingle, jangle, all along the banks of the Royal Canal. Up in the female prison there are 75 women. 'Tis amongst them that I wish I did dwell.
Then the old triangle could go jinga, janga, all along the banks of the Royal Canal, all along the banks of the Royal Canal. All right, that's a bit more looping, getting a bit loopy. So, what else have I got? Yeah. Seeing as though I'm here, we'll have a look at this guitar. Yeah, there's another song I want to sing for you from the album that's exclusively available in Tier Enda at the moment. So it's after the questionnaire that I put out and everything. So there's only one tier. There's only one tier Enda. No, but a lot of these things you've got different tiers. Give me $2, give me $5, give me $20, whatever, all this stuff. I just decided, okay, there's one tier. If it's $5 a month, or if you feel like giving more, that is awesome too. And then we're all just kind of the one tier, as it were, TIER. So that's the pricing model if anyone is interested in what's going on. So this is another song that was on that album. I remember singing this a lot with my sister, Cuiva. This one's called Éist a Store. Listen, my love. And I think the Chieftains did a version of this. It's macaronic, so it's got Irish and it's got English. So I'm just gonna double check my tuning. Oh yeah, I got some great backup singers in the box here. Thanks very much, Sandy. Okay, what's wrong with this? Okay, Éist a Store, which means, listen, my love, there's music on the wind, and we'll meet together before the day's end, is kind of the lyrics type thing in Irish. Other than that, you'll get the English and the Irish. Of it, yeah. Ah, yes. Glen to Muglar, Takar, the Hoorish, a Wadin, Ganoan, Sashin go derulay. Éist a Store, tá ceol an chuaigh, is casfar le chéile sin raibh dul faoi an green. You hear my voice is calling for you from dawn until noon, and then till day's end. Store, tá ceol an gcuaigh, is casfar le chéile sin raibh dul faoi an green. Dainneoin the glór as seo go dtír fáthán, is sheasing sa sneachta, is tú ag gabháil go bíonn. Oh, Éist a Store, tá ceol an gcuaigh, is casfar le chéile sin raibh dul faoi an green.
Okay, haven't played that song in a long time. The last verse is gone. Yeah, we'll get it back for the next time. But it's on the album. That's a little touch of it there. It's a lovely song to sing. I think we've done it in mass a few times, maybe myself and Quiva, my sister. Gotta go back to the other mics over here. I feel distant from you all. So we'll have a few more songs for you. Right, I'm back. Mark says they love the looping. Yeah, there'll be way more looping on the way, Mark. I'm kind of doing a lot of research on it at the moment, so definitely more looping to come in the future. I was looking at that song, Mary Black did it. It was amazing. Mugilamar. It's like Shemalech Mugilamar, Shemalheser Gilamar, Suno Sheni Wars Hano Mugilamar. So I'm thinking of doing something similar with that one. I just need to learn all the verses because there's a lot to it. There's a great one. So there's a few other ones like that I'm gonna work on vocally as well. Yeah. So and I'll be putting out, I think, more songs in the Irish language in future as well, and we might have that kind of macaronic thing with the English as well. So that's all the kind of stuff that's going on. Yeah. All right, do us a song in it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this one. So some of you know, especially if you came on the tour, that I sing songs that I made from the poetry of William Butler Yeats, and I wanted to do one of Oscar Wilde as well. And it turns out he didn't write so much poetry. He had mainly plays and things like that. So this is one though that he wrote, and it's been a long time since I played it, but you get the gist of it anyway. This is bear with me for a second. Oi. Alright, I'm gonna put on this mic on the guitar. The guitar might sound hopefully a little better now. So this one's called From Spring Days to Winter, and it's one of Anne-Marie's favourites from the Sally Mount Avenue album, which is on to your end now. Okay, so it goes.
In the glad springtime when leaves are green, oh, merrily the throstle sings. I sought amid the tangled sheen love whom mine eyes has never seen. Oh, the glad dove has golden wings. Between the blossoms, red and white, oh, merrily the throstle sings. My love first came into my sight, oh, perfect vision of delight. Oh, the glad dove has golden wings. Now it's snow, the tree is grey. Sadly now the throstle sings. My love is is dead, oh well a day. See, at her silent feet I lay, a dove with broken wings. I love that thou art slain. Fonda, return again. Okay, there's an extended version of that on the album. So that is, From Spring Days to Winter, wonderful poem by Oscar Wilde. And so we might do one or two more if anyone has a request or anything. I know it's been kind of slightly different stuff today. Hello, Daniel McAvoy. Welcome to the live stream. And Maple Fever was liking that one too. I'm guessing you're Canadian. You never know, you might just love maple syrup. Maple syrup, I don't go near it, although it tastes amazing. So once more, I'm just let you know in case anyone's come in that we're launching Tier Enda today, which is a fan only subscription area of my website, which is endareilly.com. The what's it called? The link is in the description. Thanks to everybody over the years for all your support. I realize I'm still in a glass cage of emotion here. Where is it? Let me calm that down. Reverb. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, that reverb there. Okay. So yeah, thanks so much to everybody for all your contributions over the years, which keeps me going. And for anyone who'd like to step in with me in the Tier Enda and become a member of Tier Enda or one of the Tier folk, that would be cool. Definitely anybody, if you have requests or things like that in the Tier folk area, that then do let me know. All this kind of, because I want it to grow, and there'll be new ideas I'll be putting across, songs and stuff, and you might get to say, oh, that's not your best end, because they're not all the best songs. They can't all be the best ones. So there'll be plenty of songs and little demos and things, and when you guys go, oh yeah, that's a real good one, then I'll take notice as well. And so this is kind of the feedback that hopefully you'll get something out of seeing the process and how things go, and I'll get something out of it too, as always. So thanks again. All right, what'll I do? We're in open G. This morning I saw a little video of Sir Ken Robinson, and he was rest in peace, Sir Ken Robinson. He was an amazing guy, and he had it's this kind of funny one where he was talking to Paul McCartney, and he was asking about how they got on learning music in school when they were kids, and he said, did your music teacher think you had talent? And he said, no, they didn't at all. And then the same music teacher a year later or whatever with George Harrison, did they think he had talent? No. So he said it's fair to say that that one teacher overlooked half of the Beatles in our class, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, he was into education and maybe reforming education, that kind of thing. So he had a book called The Element, and I wrote this song to remind myself to be
in my element as much as possible. And so this is called In My Element, if I remember. And you can whistle along. There's a whistling bit. We didn't have much sing-alongs today, but this is, yeah. So if you want to whistle, if you're a whistler. Or there's the bass line. I'm sure Phil Lynch remembers this one from Lazy Band days.
You know that there's this silver cloud flying on high, taking its time for you. Know that there's this place you can go, waiting for you to come along. So take the time to look all around. You got to do what you think you should do. I will be waiting for you in that place where time moves so quickly. That's where you'll find me. That's where you'll find me in my element. In my element. In my element. In my element. Take the time to click those heels, write how you feel and sing a bit louder now, and find the time for you and your muse. No, you won't lose, and no, you won't lose. You'll only win the time to look all around. You got to do what you think you should do. I will be waiting for you in that place where time moves so quickly. That's where you'll find me. That's where you'll find me in my element. In my element. In my element. In my element.
Alright, let's hear you whistling now.
You know that there's this silver cloud waiting on high. Oh yeah, you know that there's this place you can grow, waiting for you to come along.
Hey, in my element. I remember the book being good anyway. The Element, which would be by Ken Robinson. We might do one more. We've been on around an hour, which is fine. We could stay here all day though. So yeah, thanks for being with me. And hopefully some of you might be into joining Tier Enda at some point. We've a couple other people with us. Cosmic Sunbeams. Weed, says Cosmic Sunbeams. Fair enough, dude. Whatever you're into. Kevin is with us here. How are you, Kevin? And Patrick Ewing. Oh, great sound on that end. Thanks very much, lads. Right, we're going to do something on the old Bowron. The drum. Let's see how that goes. All right, there. Alright, sorry, having a technical situation. Alright, here we go. This is me wee drum, me wee bodhrán. So yeah, I'm gonna do my my song about Tallaght, where I'm from. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí is what it's called, which means away from my heart, and that's kind of like that feeling when you go home. You just to your childhood home, I guess, is what I'm thinking of, and I'm sure a lot of people have those kind of thoughts and feelings about that. And as I mentioned before, on one occasion, sometimes my dreams are like all around the streets that we used to play in at home in Tallaght, and it was a great childhood, having the crack all around, playing soccer a lot of the time, or tennis when Wimbledon season would come around, and all this kind of thing. Anyway, this is Ulach Ó Mo Chroí. Yeah, so it goes. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, when unto the heart, good down and yours to my star of Mo Chroí. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, when unto the heart, good down and yours to my star of Mo Chroí. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí. When I'm feeling lost, it's then that you find me and lead me home to where my soul shines bright. Take me home tonight, down the old barn way and around the avenue, to where the crescent trees come into view. The streets of my youth, Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, when undo the heart, good down in yours to my star of Mo Chroí. Wish Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, when undo the heart, good down in yours to my star of Mo Chroí. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí. Train number 9, coming down the railway line. If the train goes off the track, do you want your money back? Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, when undo the heart, go down on yours to my star of Mo Chroí. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, when undo the heart, go down on yours to my star of Mo Chroí. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí. When I'm feeling lost, it's then that you find me and lead me home to where my soul shines bright. Take me home tonight, down the old barn way and around the avenue, where the crescent trees come into view. The streets of my youth, Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, when unto the park, good down and yours to my star of Mo Chroí. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, Ulach Ó Mo Chroí, when unto the park, good down and yours to my star of Mo Chroí. Ulach Ó Mo Chroí. Now, Shinna Will, Díobh Galéir, go raibh míle maith as ucht vet lom. Thanks a million, everybody, for being with me today to launch the tier Enda. I appreciate you all being with me. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I think I'm unplugged here, that's why I'm not hearing myself. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and yeah, we'll see you next time. I think I'm going to be going to watch the hurling match tomorrow to the Cork and Tip in O'Neill's in Ann Arbor. So if anyone's there, I will see you early in the morning for the hurling match. All right, Gachtainna, Slán go fóill. Oh yeah. Oh, for anyone else in the Detroit area, I'll probably be calling into Kathleen tomorrow for the radio show, and I'm dropping into Pat on Monday for the Irish Music Cafe. All right, Slán go fóill and bye. And there's another button.